So I think this is the very most helpful thing I can tell you about reading comprehension on the GRE. The subject matter I know is really dense sometimes. It might not make sense to you depending on your background. Passages could be about literally almost anything in academia. However, authors generally only have a few possible goals on the GRE, and if you understand what the author's goal is with the passage, it's going to be a lot easier to understand even if you never understand some of that subject matter. So we'll start with the first one right here. They say, I say. So this is almost always when an author has an opinion about something. And in academia, usually if somebody has an opinion, they're going to bring up the topic in an intro. Often they will present what other people think about that topic first, and then they will respond to what those people think about that topic. So my tip is, if you see a GRE passage where the author seems to be making opinionated statements, be aware that this structure might be going on, and it might go back and forth a bit between what they think contrasted with what the author thinks, and the author 99% of the time is going to disagree with them. So the next one is issue theories. So this is more about the presentation of an issue and not so much about an argument. So the way that this might work is, let's say the author brings up an issue in the intro, maybe like where cosmic gamma rays are coming from. Then the author presents a theory, and then often, hopefully you can read that down there, often then the author will point out the flaws of that theory and then present a second theory which is sometimes superior to the first and sometimes also just, maybe not so good. The thing you might want to notice about this one is, by presenting theories, we're not trying to prove them. We're just presenting those theories to the reader. And then finally, informational. So informational is really easy to understand. A lot of times this is just factual information about perhaps a historical topic. So we get info about the topic, we get more info about the topic, and we get even more info about the topic. So this is objective information that we know what it is, and often, again, it's about something that isn't really debatable, something that literally happened in history. So, bonus tip. One other way that you can use structure to help yourself understand what an author is up to, and what I mean by that is, when I say use structure, look at the passage types, they say, I say, issue theories, and informational. If you know the author's goal, like let's say it's they say, I say, then you can kind of see what the author is doing with each paragraph. Oh, the authors bring up what they say, and then she's going on to what she thinks. Or issue theories, oh, there's the first theory, and oh, there's the downside of it. Oh, now we're getting into another different theory. So guess what? We can do the same thing with a body paragraph. So if we look at a typical body paragraph, we can often see the structure of a topic, sentence, and then the author usually elaborates on that topic, maybe gives you an example to kind of illustrate, and then explains. So if you're lost in a body paragraph, this can help, because authors typically bring something up, then keep talking about it until there's some kind of shift. We love to notice shifts because they indicate a change. So shifts are going to be words like but or however. So, bottom line, one thing I find really helpful to understand weird passages with topics that I'm kind of unfamiliar with is I want to just say to myself, what is the author's goal? If I can figure out what the author's goal is, then what each paragraph is doing and the purpose of the passage as a whole is going to make more sense.